Kevin, if you can work on getting these other two coaches for us, that'd be great. I know they're still around here in meetings. Right now what is taking place is there's a lot of the executive meetings taking place.
Yeah, right now they're trying to figure out, let me step in, they're trying to figure out who is going to be, they're over there, Kevin. They're over there.
Okay, it is right at 10 o'clock, so let's go ahead and go over the 36A district. Once again, it's going to be the three La Jolla schools: La Jolla, Juarez, Lincoln, Palmview, McAllen Memorial, McAllen Row, and Mission. 31-6A is going to be the Edinburgh schools and the PSJA schools. Edinburgh Economides, North Vela. Vela moves up to 6A. And the Brownsville, we got 32-6A, which is going to be tough. Brownsville, Hanna, Rivera, Harlingen South, Los Fresnos, San Benito, West Loco, and West Loco East. The big story is that West Loco and West Loco East moving to 32-6A as expected. And then also another big story is that the Laredo schools, Figueroa, Martin, and Nixon are in 31-5A, along with Sherryland, Mission Veterans, Valley View, Rio Grande City, Roma, and Sherryland and Pioneer. Coach, how are you doing, Coach? How's everything going for you here today, Coach?
Villarreal. Very, very good. Thank you for having me on. I'm like a fly on the wall, like you guys, just trying to see what's going on with our Valley schools, trying to pick up some games for St. Joe.
Okay.
We got realigned last week, and this is always just a big deal for us. It's a 2-year commitment, and everything's working out pretty good for us so far.
I know that San Antonio, Antonian, are they still as tough as they used to be?
They are. We got very lucky this year. They had their stud running back, Daniel Rosenfeld, who just signed to go play for Navy, and he got injured. And so the moment he got injured, that's a totally different Antonian attack, because they come at you hard like the way McAllen Memorial does, and they'll just Port Isabel and just run the ball. The kid had over 2,000 yards his sophomore year, 2,800 his junior year, and he got hurt the 5th game of the year this year. Unfortunately, it was season ending. So, but they are tough. We ended up beating them this year, but they're going to be back next year. They are a tough team.
I know, Coach, that last year you had Kai Money as your quarterback, and y'all made the playoffs. Y'all had a little run in the playoffs right there. Talk to me a little bit about your season last year. Give us a little recap.
Last year was a good season for us. Kai was coming back as a sophomore, started 8 games for us as a freshman, worked very hard in the offseason, and we were able to do some really good things. I thought that beating Port Isabel, was a significant thing for us. PI is always a very tough team. I know they're just competitive, and they're tough. They almost came back and took it from us, but that was a big win for us. I think that propelled us to beat Austin St. Michael's as well, another team that we hadn't beaten in a long time, and then finally clinching another win against Antonian, which, like I said, without Daniel Rosenfeld, but we're going to take it. It's the first time we beat Antonian also in a very long time. We kind of did three games there that we typically lose, and we finished 8-3 in the season. We went and played a really tough Midland Christian game here at home for the playoffs. They came in with some very good kids, and we gave them a run for their money. We lost 49-42. Maybe, like they say, woulda, coulda, shoulda, 2 more minutes. We don't know what that outcome would have been, but I was very proud of our boys. We're young. We're going to be better next year, and I think that we need to play tougher opponents if we want to make bigger runs in that private school league. They do have some really good athletes up north.
Yeah, they do. Were you able to pick up any games today? I mean, we know you talked about playing some 6A or 5A games.
We tried, and it's not. We don't have that respect yet. I think we're working towards getting it there. What we did accomplish was we accomplished playing some of the best 4A teams down here. We scrimmaged La Feria, which is always really tough. We tried to get them for a game. It just didn't work out. But we picked up La Grulla, we picked up Rio Hondo as a game, and we picked up Hidalgo, which are pretty good.
Yeah.
We typically had been playing La Villa and Far Oratory, and those are also good schools, just smaller. We want to play up, and so picking them up, I think right now is going to be a good thing for us. As Kai's going to be a junior and senior, so whatever we come out with here today is going to be kind of the next 2-year deal for us, and see Kai graduate.
I heard you guys are going to start just running the ball and not passing anymore.
What's funny is What's funny is we ran more than we wanted to this year.
Really?
With him?
We did.
Running?
Kai rushed for 1,600 yards this year, and as a quarterback, that's a lot of yardage. Our pass attempts were down. As a freshman, he attempted 300. We attempted 220. So
wow.
we were down 80 attempts this year. I will tell you, next year we definitely want to pass the ball a lot more. I think Kai has the ability to move up to play college ball, but people want to see him throw, and people want to see him in the pocket and making good decisions, not just a kid that can scramble or roll out.
He was very efficient this year, though. So when he did throw, he wasn't throwing incompletions.
No, he did a really good job. 65% passer, threw 2 interceptions for us, 26 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. So he's a good quarterback. We just have to get better looks. I think next year with what we have, I think we're going to have the ability to throw a little bit more. We do have 2 strong running backs coming back, so we're gonna change it up a little bit as far as our multiple sets coming in and out. Something we don't typically do. We're usually always in doubles and trips. So next year should be a good look for St. Joe.
What's the excitement like over there? Because I remember in the 90s there was a lot of excitement, and I used to go cover pep rallies over there when I was working at Channel 4, and it was crazy, the excitement over there. Is that back now at St. Joe's?
You know, it is back. It helps when you have a kid like Kai Money. It adds energy because because the student body and the fans know that he's got 2 more years, so it's exciting to know that there's a future there. And right now at St. Joe, the excitement is at an all-time high, I think, as far as pep rallies and support from parents.
Yeah, and that's you need a lot of that, especially when you're at a private school. You need the support of the parents and the administration and everybody there. So that's good.
I kind of gauge it. Once the season's over, and the X's and O's are put away, you kind of look back at spirit sales, and that's kind of how you gauge support. And our spirit sales were about increased by over 1,000%. So,
wow.
So and that's real. That's not a fake number. Yeah, over 1,000% increase in just caps and jerseys and polos and just memorabilia.
And you get residuals.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But no, it is. The fan base is good. We're excited to play these new schools, La Grulla, Rio Hondo, who we've been scrimmaging, but Rocky James always going to pack a good punch, give Kai Money a run for his money, and so we're excited. Hidalgo, David Duty's doing a good job with Hidalgo. So those are just some huge pickups for us as we keep Raymondville and PI on the schedule, and Lyford, which are always going to be tough for us.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach Tino Villarreal from PSJA. Bloodhounds? SJA.
You said PSJ.
St. Joe's. Did I say PSJ? I saw the SJ on there.
That's okay. Hey, we got a lot of PSJ.
There's a lot of schools around here. I know. I'm sorry. St. Joe's.
That's okay. No
St. Joe's Academy.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much, Coach. I appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all.
All right, Coach. Yeah, and literally we know that the private schools also do realignments as well. So always interesting. What school did he come from?